everybody, welcome to the channel for new battle report. After this tournament with Orgukan, I thought I might as well bring out Infernal Dwarves again to play another match, and I wanted to get some more experience. This was one of my learnings from Bellum Lacum against Saurian Ancient. So I found out basically I played already one or more games with Marchema, and he accepted to play another one against me, so thanks a lot again for the game. It was a pleasure to play against him. Basically this is my list, so I bring my usual Great Bull of Shamut, which is the piece that I like a lot in the army. I know it's quite expensive, it's quite risky, but I just love to play it. So I was happy to bring it on the table again. First time for me since the new Grave Call, so I'm looking forward to try that. Definitely a boost for this model. A Commissioner BSB with Onyx Core, Conjure Adept Pyro on a Steed with the Binding, 25 Warrior with Blunder and a Bastion, 35 Levies with Spear and Shield, Bow, Flaming Standard, 2 units of Shackled Slave, 2 units of Anointed, 1 big with Musician Champion, basically as an escort or like a place to go for the BSB, and a smaller unit with Ped Weapon as well, and a Kadim Titan, Shooty Titan with Rocket Battery. My opponent got following list. He had the Master Divinations, going to be a hard time for my Bull and Kadim Titan. Then he had the Skink Veteran, 8 Cayman Warrior, 36 Skink Warrior that are going to include a Tyre Scutus, Great Protector. Then he had a small unit of Hunter Skink, 8 Raptor Pack, a block of Tech Guard with the Archmage, 3 Tyre Scutus Earth with Magnetic Great Bow, which is a very strong option at the moment. Basically, it's each 2 shots, strength 5, multi-wound D3, penetrating. It can march and shoot, movement 10, shoot 18, get +1 to hit against armor save 3 or better, so really strong at the moment. And they are basically in close combat also pretty reliable with Stubborn, 15 HP, res 5, top 2+ armor save, and a crush attack each. So hard to deal from range, hard to deal in close combat, and do a lot of damage from range. Pretty hard to, basically it's hard to counter them. 2 Spearback units, and then he had 2 small units of Skin Guerrillas. We played randomly Capture the Flag on Dawn Assault and spell selection. So as you saw, he has 3 flags. I have slightly more, and he has quite big flags, which are not easy to reach. I took 2 and 4 from Pyromancy. And then Occultism, I went with Toxic Breath, Rot Within. I thought it's quite interesting, for example, on the Cayman to reduce his ability to hit me, especially on the unit that have defensive 5. Then I had Grave Call, a Pentagram, Hereditary. Here I think I missed maybe the Ward Save spell would have been also interesting. And his Archmage pick, obviously, Fate Judgment, Unerring Strike, then reroll to hit Divine, which is a really 3 strong spell in the matchup, and then Scrying. His small guy has Breath of Corruption randomly picked with the hat, and then he had Awakened Beast and Entwining Roots. Matchup analysis, so Tyre Scutter are a huge issue. I don't know exactly how to deal with them. From distance, it's kind of complicated, in close combat as well, so I thought my best chance might be a combination of Titan's Rocket reroll to wound plus the Bastion shots. Could be my best answer potentially. Divination 27 inch. I didn't realize that at the beginning, but basically he can pick from the Enclave Wizard plus the Wizard Hood, and all of that together, the blasts are going 27 inch away from the Archmage, which is huge. I realized that after a few turns, you will see. Flag plus Dawn Assault, I will be looking to put some distance between us and engage quite late in close combat. It's kind of a complicated matchup. Deployment, I won the roll for side. I gave him Impassable. I thought it's a really nice place for me to push without good line of sight from him. Could help me protect my Great Bull against Divination, help me to shooting behind the hill and so on. So it was straightforward choice, and then he decided to let me start, which surprised me a bit. I deployed the following. I put the Kadim Titan here, a big slave unit, Bastion, another slave, Vassal in the back, Anointed Star, Great Bull, small Anointed. which are a bit a liability on capture the flag, so I felt this is a safe zone for them to push. And he decided to go quite far away from me, which surprised me. I thought he would put some things here facing me, so I wasn't happy. I was happy, I would say, that he put himself quite far away from me. So he put the skinks with the Tyroscutus, spearback, vanguarding skink and scouting skink, Cayman, Raptor Pack, and Tyroscutus. My turn 1. I push, but he minimized me completely, so I'm not going to be able to do anything with magic. I think I misdeployed slightly the chief. Vassal Conjurer could have been right here, and then he can still move where he wants turn 1, but I would have still be a threat with magic turn 1, which is not the case from this starting position, so this was a mistake for me. But yeah, my turn 1, I get into position. I just got Cloak of Cinders into Vassal unit that he can potentially shoot. The rest is just out of range, basically. His turn 1, he moves forward, didn't move much here due to the house, and basically start to push with the skinks and Tyro, but is also out of range with more stuff. He failed the breast weapon, and that's already my turn 2. Yeah, I'm starting to continue to push. I felt with the house that could be a good zone to push with the ball, and I'm definitely looking to engage those Cayman. He wound me on 6 up, he can get reroll to wound, but it's still 6 up, and I feel if I get aggressive against this flag, that might be my best chance to get a flag, basically. And the rest, I start to move laterally to the side, try to use the hill to my advantage, and yeah, shift away from his threats. In the magic phase, I'm going to Gravecall the Raptor, but unfortunately on 4 dice I roll 4-4, so I lose Gravecall turn 1. But as always, Gravecall doesn't disappoint me. I roll a 12 on the hits and one-shot the Raptors. So at least that's that. His turn. He didn't move the Cayman. Pushes forward with the Tyro. Try to get some range. Pushes forward with the Skinks and all the unit. In Magic Phase, I Binding Scroll and Earring Strike because now I realize that he can cast 27 inch, meaning he's in range of the Great Bull and I cannot die. So this is going to incentive me even more to go into combat as soon as possible. Binding Scroll and Earring Strike, Dispel, Fate Judgment, and he got reroll to hit on shooting. I don't remember on which unit, to be honest, maybe on the Tyro, not sure about that. And shooting, he killed some warriors, but nothing on the Bastion, so I'm not unlucky this round. I think he shot with the Tyro was within 18, so now he's in within range, and I'm not. And basically, you can always put the multi-wound strength 5 on the Bastion, the rest on the unit. It's annoying. So now it's getting to the point where I need to react, because if I continue to just move away, he's going to shoot, and at some point I'm going to lose the Bastion, basically. So I'm going to be a bit aggressive. I move the Bastion up to be within range. I get the Kalim Titan also within shooting range of his Tyroscutus without cover, so it's going to be 4 shot on a 5-up. I continue to cover the angle of the Skink that is not able to move out. Put also some slave in angle to see some of the Skinks. Move forward with other shooting units. I slide those guys so they still keep away, but basically I position myself as counter-charger zoning, but I'm not making easy for him to shoot at those anointed. And here I start to reform to get into position to see flanks from these units. I push the Great Bull towards the building. Basically, he cannot escape my line of sight. He can charge me, but it's going to be only one model in contact, which I would be fine with. And if he tries to move away, I'm going to still be able to see him and charge him. So I like that, and Divination cannot get me easily without me being able to see and charge. So that's nice. Magic Phase, I get Breast Weapon, did 2 wounds to the Caimans, starting to do some wounds on them, preparing the combat. I also got Hereditary on them to get reroll to wound on especially my Breast Weapon. Kalim Titan, I did only wound 1 time, he passes the armor save, so I did nothing, and Bastion did 2 wounds, so it's not much. It's not much. I expected a lot more from this phase. I hoped for more, I would say, because now it's going to be complicated. So now he's able to counter push me even more. So he pushed with all the Skinks, the Salamanders, and the Tyroscutus are basically facing me, and there is nothing I can really do to stop them from pushing me, because what can I charge? I can charge with Anointed, he can counter-charge me with Tegu. I'm going to break, he's stubborn. I can charge alone with the BSB. I'm getting Crush attack 3 times, and I'm not sure to do something with my AP2 multi-wound attack, and he's still stubborn. So I might be at risk to lose the BSB at some point. And then what else can I do? Charge with the Bastion is also risky because I can get crushed, so I'm going to lose the Bastion. So it's also kind of complicated. So I don't have many options, basically. But we'll see. And he turned around, those guys preparing to support he if he needs to. Those guys didn't move much. Expect my charge potentially, and those guys just move slightly forward, try to get some angles, and he can threat me basically to push more and get some angles on the Great Bull. In the magic phase, he got Fate Judgment on my Kadim Titan, did 4 wounds. I think I tried to dispel that. He had the small card, I had 4 dice. I think he 4 dice it, which was a bit risky. And I didn't manage to dispel it, and he did 4 wounds to my Titan, which is already annoying. He got reroll 2 hit on the Tyroscutus, and he did another 2 wounds to the Titan, but I'm still alive on 1 wound, which is now a bit lucky. And with shooting of the Tyro, reroll 2 hit, he managed to do 4 wounds to the Bastion and 10 wounds to the unit. So 14 wounds to this unit between the Spearback and the Tyroscutus. I think he got reroll 2 hit as well with the Spearback, thanks to some magnetic bow that gives reroll 2 hit for them. So really high output against soft cover Bastion. Still managed to do a lot. My turn. Decided to engage with the bull. Cannot wait more. I have a buff. We will see. I need to get a flag basically, and I need to get the bull in combat as soon as possible to avoid divination. And I don't have Gravecall anymore, so I felt now is the time. I decided to charge. Here I decided just to back. I charged with my slave to those kings on a 9. I failed the charge. I expected him to flee, which he didn't do. I could have charged the flank of the Tyro as well to block them, but I felt it's the last shooting phase where I have Kadim Titan short range plus some Bastion shot. It might be my last chance to really cripple them, so let's not get them into combat. That was the idea, because the Kadim Titan is going to die no matter what next round. So that's what I decided to do. The rest just backed off a little bit, and I moved forward with my 990 to threaten him a bit more, maybe. And those guys started to wheel to really threaten the flank in case he wants to push with the Tegu, to basically just slow these guys down. I'm quite happy that the 2 main block are blocked behind the rest of his unit, but the Tyro are already too hard for me to handle. Basically, I don't see good solutions to deal with them. In the magic phase, Binding Scroll Hereditary, I got a big Rot Within on those guys to make them hit me on 4s instead of 3, because he got down to weapon skill 2. I have 6 defensive, but he has lightning reflexes, so it's going to be 4 up and 6 up rerollable because he put alchemical fire on myself. So 4 up, 6 up rerollable. What else did I get? I fail on 3 dice pyroclastic flows on some skink, I guess, and he dispel with 2 dice against my 3 the big cloak of Sindus on my Bastion, which was key. Shooting, I did 2 wounds with the Titan only on 4 up, 3 up rerollable. I shot first with those guys to give him reroll 2 wound, and those guys managed to do with all the bows 2 wounds on them, which was not bad. So they did as much as the Titan did. So I did 4 wounds total. And then close combat, the Great Bull unleashes what he can do. So I use a breast weapon, reroll 2 wound on the breast weapon, reroll 2 wound on the bull attack on 2 up rerollable, and then 2 attack from top. I did quite a lot. I think I killed like 3 models, something like that, 3 or 4. He goes back at me. He did 2 wounds and he passes steadfast check rerollable on fear. So I think it was like 7 minimize rerollable. He's on 4, so basically put this unit behind to tell me the straight line is blocked. So if I want to pursue the flag, I get in combat with this scary unit, which is a good idea. Those guys didn't move much. The Tyro remains in front, continue to shoot and kill the Bastion. I put the skink around the Titan to finish him, and that's it. In magic phase, he got +1 strength on the Cayman champion, which gives him scarification and a good chance to get a challenge. I wasn't too worried about the challenge. I felt if I get stuck a bit more against the Cayman, since he blocked me with this straight line pursuing, might be not that bad to still be stuck in the combat for a while and only be struck by 1 model of the Cayman. So I felt it could work fine for me. So I let him go +1 strength. He got the breast weapon on himself, on the little guy here, I guess. I dispel reroll 2 hit. Fate Judgment did nothing on the Bastion, and then with all the shooting, he killed the Kadim Titan. kill the Bastion, kill everybody except 4 guys. So it's crazy the output, what he can do. And here, close combat, I did 1 wound to him, he did nothing to me, so it was a tie. My turn 5, try to move away with the small guys, chaff those guys. I charged the king 2 times, he fled 2 times. Move away with this flag, position this guy to blast them, and move back with them, just basically to zone and be able to move out of the way. I cannot really engage those guys, there are too many bodies. Magic phase. But as you can see, it's going to be pretty tense because he's going to get that flag. Nothing I can do to avoid that. I need to get that one, and then it's how the bull managed to escape and what I can get for point in the middle, maybe in the last round. So we will see. In the magic phase, he dispelled brass weapon. I got 2d6, strength 4 from pyroclastic flow, kill 3. He failed the panic check but stays on the board. He's going to rally at some point. And at this time I realize I get hereditary 3 dice against 3. He dispelled that one as well. So I get nothing in the combat. And I notice at this point of time that I forgot about pentagram. I should have, I think, let those guys, they don't matter so much, and just cast all the buffs here and try to get pentagram to heal myself a wound. And do some wounds to those guys as well. I think would have been the right choice. I can even get the area to do some wounds here, maybe even those guys and that. So I felt I had better options, better things to do, and I forgot about pentagram, which is a pity. In the challenge, this time what happens? Bit crazy, I did 1 wound to the champion, so he's still alive, and with 4 attacks, he managed to do 2 wounds to the Great Bull. Meaning I lose by 2, so it's the check on a 7 or reroll, and if I break, I just popped because I'm supernal. Fortunately, I passed the check on a 7, but yeah, it's 4 attack on 4 up, 6 up rerollable. I have a 5 up ward save. How can he do 2 wounds to me? That shouldn't happen. So yeah, my bull now is nearly dead and I'm in trouble. He's done 5. Yeah, just move in position to shoot me. Didn't move much with the Tiger as well. Just push forward to do some magic. In magic phase, I dispel +1 strength because yeah, it was 5 up rerollable because of the +1 strength. Maybe change a bit, but yeah, I'll dispel this time +1 strength. I don't want to die. He get the breast weapon off. He failed the reroll to hit, and I dispel scrying. And with Fate Judgment, he kill 1 guy from here, and this allows him to get the attribute on my Great Bull to continue to have reroll 2 wounds. This time I kill the champion, do some overkill because he has no scarification, and he passes the steadfast check on 7 minimize, rerollable. My turn 6, and yeah, with the shooting attack he killed those guys, and I passed a 4 rerollable and a 4 on the slaves to stick. Doesn't matter much, but yeah, it's nice, I would say. Turn 6, I just reform in a way to give leadership to everybody. What I didn't notice, the BSB was in a position in the middle after the reform, and I had like the area thing where I saw I was within 12, but then with moving him in the correct position, I moved out of bubble with them, which was a bit stupid. I could have easily stayed in the bubble and outside of charge range of them, so yeah, a bit stupid mistake. That gives me a 9 panic check instead of 9 rollable, which is a bit sad. Magic phase, I'm getting breast weapon, hereditary off, so I full buff this combat. He dispel pentagram. What happened here? Yeah, I just go toxic breath, normal attacks, everything before him, reroll to wound, and basically there was like 1 guy left, did nothing to me. I pursue, catch him. I needed like a 10 or 11 to go out of line of sight because I reform in a way to avoid the straight line, but in order to have a legal position here, I needed, yeah, like 10 or 11. I got like 8 or 9. At least I got the flag, which was the most important things, but I end up in front and he's just going to countercharge me in the flank. His turn, it countercharge me in the flank, get some magic onto those guys, force a panic check on the 9 that I pass. Shooting his shot on them, did some wounds. I'm going to pass some check on them, I guess, again on 4 rollable or something. Save half point on 100 point slave, doesn't matter much. And here I realize in close combat that he has hatred, poison, cannot be stomp, and what else? And parry, and a crush attack from the Tyro. yeah, I was just astonished by the amount of buffs that are given by the Tyro. It's basically given 4 effects: hatred, poison, cannot be storm parry. That's crazy. And yeah, obviously I died. Obviously I died with Great Bull. Ended up being a 15-5, so I lost my expensive Great Bull, which is more than 1000 points. I lost the Warriors, the Bastion, the Kadim Titan. And he only lost Raptor Pack and Cayman Warrior. That's it. The rest, everything is here. He managed to rally what he fled, everything with the jumping leadership from the starting unit. So it's like leadership 8, rallied, leadership 8, rallied, leadership 8, rallied. So it's like it jumps crazily and everything rallied. So at the end, yeah, I ended up losing by a good margin, 15-5 to him. So well done to you, Marchema. It was a cool game. I did my best to try to do what I can, but I just felt powerless against those Tire Scutus herd that were just in the middle of the board, and I felt I had little solution. I tried what I can, but didn't really work. I would have needed a bit of spike luck to deal with the Tyro and then allow me to do something. What can I say on the game? So I was happy to get some breathing space early on. I think I would have been even more in trouble if he had choose to start and push me, especially I felt he could have put Divination, Tegu, plus the Tyro Scutus on the right of the house and just move straight to me, and what can I do to stop that? Great Bull staying out of combat was going to turn bad anyway, so I think it was right to go in combat. Maybe I should have killed the champion to avoid the challenge and stuff, but I'm not sure. I felt it was still not bad to get into a challenge. Then I suffer a total of 2 wounds by the champion. Yeah, that can happen. I did what I could basically with the Great Bull, but yeah, took time to get rid of them. Turn 4 ID. I could have charged the slave in the flank of the Tyro to help the Bastion surviving and turn around and just move away. I would have stuck him for a while. Maybe that was the solution, but I felt the Kadim Titan on 1 wound is going to die no matter what. And let's better use it to try to shoot one last time and get a chance. That was the idea. Didn't work out. So aftermath, I would have said maybe I should have charged the flank with the slave just to stick him in place and avoid the shooting phase. Yeah, like I said, I felt without solution against the 3 Tyro in the middle. Them alone was just too much for my list. Basically, I had nothing that I could really do. I needed to stay away with Anointed, with Great Bull. Like we saw, even the Bastion was in big trouble against them. Titan as well. So yeah, I felt it was really, really hard to deal with them. I just felt nothing I could really do, to be honest, more than what I tried. Onyx Core wasn't really a solution with AP2 against them and the fear of getting crushed in return. I don't fancy losing just the BSB on that. And the matchup was even more complicated than expected. Yeah, I felt the Saurian Ancient are really strong at the moment. Between the strong magic, here the Divination 27 is crazy good. The Tyro, obviously, all of them. Even the guy in the small skink, it was also really, really good. So I'm looking forward to see how they are going to balance it, the book. I think it's normal. Then at the beginning, it happens with most of the book that there are problem to balance unit. And as we saw with most books like Demon, like Infernal Dwarves, and so on, it came up good at the end. So I think we just need to be patient. But I'm really looking forward to see what they do. I hope, for me, the main issue is really the Tyro with magnetic short great bow. I think that's really the main issue. To have 6 bolt thrower shot with march and shoot +1 to hit against 3 up armor save. It's a lot. It's really a lot. In combination with how resilient they are and the stubborn effect and the crush and everything, it's just too much with this for this unit. And doesn't matter the points. It's about design here. But yeah, I expect something to be done here. So we will see. Definitely going to play more games against Saurian Ancient once the new book is going to come out after the update. Guys, thanks a lot for watching. I hope you like this battle report. Thanks again to Marchema for the game. It was a pleasure as always, and talk to you soon on the channel. Bye bye.